Hello, I'm Cass. I decided to try to make a video here showing my sketchbook. I've done a couple of these videos before, but I've never talked in them. I've just quickly recorded my sketchbook and put some music on it. So I'm gonna try to talk a bit in this one. Yeah, so this is my sketchbook. It's a moleskin. It's kinda thick, if you can see. It's the A4 size. I really like the moleskins. So yeah, at the first pages here I like to just tape in some stuff. I have a couple of Polaroids, some pictures of Tiny Tim, a school thing, and this is just to cover up my name and number. Yeah, at the beginning of this sketchbook I tried to come up with something new to draw. So I started drawing these figure drawings, which I later put watercolor on and made some kind of animal skulls on, different on every figure I made. In the beginning I used charcoal and pastels as the background, but after a while I changed that to gouache. So yeah, here's another one of those I like to tape in. I don't like to draw and paint on both sides of a page, so I like tape in on the back. This was done on artist watercolor paper. Yeah, and this is just a experiment with white ink and stuff. Here we have another one of those. Some Tiny Tim stuff. Another one of those. This was from another sketchbook that didn't like the binding, so I used the papers and tape in this sketchbook. It was made like an ink background, and then I just drew with brush pens and some white color pencil. Cat skull study on some bamboo watercolor paper, I think, or mixed media paper, and this was a graphite sketch that I colored in with watercolor. Here we have a picture of my boyfriend. It looks really washed out, I think. Yeah, I just drew him while he was studying. This was another sketch. Drew a classmate. The picture is really dirty from this one, but yeah, it's just some failed sketches. Really quick sketch. I hate this one, I don't know, I think it feels so awkward and stiff, and this was like a drawing I drew with markers, colored pencils and pan pastels, and some paint markers probably for the white. Here's figure drawing where I focused on the hair and tried to make hair in a better way. This was a study from a artist I think is called Anders Zorn. He was a famous watercolor artist, and he used some gouache in his pieces, so I wanted to try to paint those. Two doodles that I just taped in. Figure drawing from school. I don't do a lot of figure drawings in my regular sketchbooks. I probably should. So yeah. Another figure drawing with my own twist on it, and a balloon thing. Yeah. Here's another figure drawing for school, done with watercolor. Really hard, and this one on back was a failed one. Another sketch doodle thing. This was me trying out a watercolor ground that you're supposed to be able to paint on regular paper, and then you're supposed to be able to use watercolor really well. And I think it worked quite well. I can try to show you. Yeah. This is gouache, watercolor and pastels. And then here's a sketch of my cousin's kid. I don't like it at all. And then this was a doodle that I continued working on. Didn't really go anywhere. Yeah, I was really mad and kind of felt that this sketchbook was going to hell. So I wrote that, I don't know. This is sketch first drawn with pen, and then I went back and colored it with watercolor. And then some small ballpoint sketches of my dog, and these two were getting really stiff, so I kind of put the sketchbook away. Then the year, I kind of wrote the year there to get a new start on this sketchbook, because I didn't want to just leave it. So I bought some new watercolors. These are the Rembrandt, and these should be Daniel Smith, and then I just experimented some with them. This is a quite new one. It's something that I like taped in. It was from an acrylic class I took, and the teacher wanted us on the last class, like, it wasn't really a class, we were meeting every Wednesday night for like 2 or 3 hour class 5 times. So on the last time we met, he wanted everybody to paint him. So yeah, that's my version, and this is like just a sketch thing, painting the page with some ink and then drawing with charcoal and stuff. And this is just playing with colors and pastels, and yeah. This was the first one I did with oil in the sketchbook. Quite noisy. Yeah. Just a dead bird as usual. I really like using oil, and at first I paint with gesso on the page and let it dry. Use an experiment. This was from a photo I took when I was on a walk with my mom. So I decided to paint it, and I will probably make a bigger version of this. A sketch of my mom in watercolor, and this is gouache, and this was just some experimenting. Hate that one. Here's another one with oils. Let me just try to, yeah. From another photo I took on a walk. This was just an eye. I tried to paint an eye from my memory. And this was from the acrylic class, to paint a place from my memory. So I painted this, and that's just a little hand study in ballpoint pen. I really hate that page. Ugh. Some more hand studies directly like in ballpoint pens. I didn't want to sketch with graphite, so I didn't want to sketch it with graphite first, because I know that I will erase so much, so I just went for it. And this is a sketch for a painting. Yeah, just a sketch trying to draw a head out of my mind. Some research on ectoplasm. I'm gonna do some paintings on it, I think. Not sure. This is some more on ectoplasm, but I think this looks a lot more like smoke. This was just quick sketches of stuff in like our living room area. And that was just a troll in the rain. And my friend drew this in graphite, and then I inked it. Some figure drawings I did last night. I found a website who had like figure drawing classes. So these are like really quick ones for like 30 seconds or something, and then 5 and 10 minutes. And these all were 10 minutes, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's the end. I have a couple of pages, but I'm so done with this sketchbook now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm thinking about doing more videos, but I'm not really sure. I feel so awkward. But yeah, please tell me what you want to see more videos on, what you think I should make, and yeah, hope to hear from you. Bye bye.